My best friend used my name to buy her dream house, then tried to erase me, but I had my lawyer ready. Ever trusted someone so much that you didn't see the knife coming until it was already in your back? Yeah, that's my story. I'm Claire Donovan, 31, a real estate agent in Austin, Texas, the kind of person who closes million-dollar deals while juggling caffeine and chaos. I've built my reputation from scratch. No rich parents, no shortcuts, just pure grind and grit. My best friend, Mia, 29, a lifestyle influencer, was always there cheering me on. At least, I thought she was. See, a few months back, Mia called me out of nowhere. "Claire, you're my miracle girl," she said, laughing that bubbly laugh of hers. "I finally found the one, my dream home. But I need your help making it happen." I mean, helping people buy homes is literally my job, right? So I said, "Sure, what's the catch?" She giggled. "Oh, nothing big. I just need you to front the deal for me, just for a few weeks till my brand payment clears." That's when my gut whispered, wait a sec. But then again, this was Mia. My ride or die since college. The girl who once drove 6 hours just to bring me soup when I had the flu. How could I not help her? So I said yes. I figured, hey, I'll handle the paperwork, sign it under my name, she'll transfer the funds later. Easy, right? Oh, you sweet summer child, Claire. I had no idea that favor would spiral into betrayal, blackmail, and a fight that nearly cost me everything I worked for. Want to know how it started? Buckle up. Mia and I met at UT Austin. She studied digital marketing. I studied real estate. We were opposites. She was loud, glamorous, always with a camera in her hand. I was quiet, calculated, the spreadsheet nerd. Somehow it worked. We became inseparable. Even after college, she'd show up to my open houses, filming herself saying, "My bestie's selling mansions again, y'all." Her followers loved it. I didn't mind the attention. She was free PR, or so I thought. The dream house she wanted was a modern lakeside villa, white marble floors, glass balconies, the kind that screams, "I made it." The price tag? $780,000. Steep but doable with her claimed sponsorship deals. The plan was simple. I'd buy the house under my name temporarily. She'd wire the money once her brand deal cleared in 2 weeks. Then I'd transfer the deed to her, except weeks turned into months. Every time I asked about the payment, she had an excuse. Oh, the collab's delayed. The brand's restructuring. Don't stress, babe, you know I'm good for it. At first, I believed her. I mean, it's Mia. She'd never screw me over, right? Hahaha, right? Then, one morning, I saw something that twisted my stomach. A photo, our villa, posted on her Instagram. Captioned, "Home sweet home, manifested this beauty. Hard work pays off." The house was still legally mine. My mortgage, my signature, my taxes. And there she was, taking selfies by my fireplace, thanking her followers for helping her achieve her dream. My phone buzzed nonstop. Colleagues, clients, even my boss were texting. "Wait, didn't you just buy that place? Why's Mia saying it's hers?" Good question. That night I drove to the villa, shaking. The driveway was packed with cars, her influencer friends partying like they owned the place. Through the window, I saw fairy lights, champagne bottles, and Mia, in a glitter dress, raising a glass. "To new beginnings," she said, her voice echoing through my living room. That's when I realized this wasn't a misunderstanding. This was a setup. She hadn't just borrowed my name. She was trying to erase me from the picture entirely. And when I confronted her the next morning, she smiled sweetly and said, "Claire, you really need to relax. The followers think it's my house now. Let's not ruin the narrative, okay?" I swear I felt my heartbeat in my throat. Narrative, my house, she had no idea who she was messing with. Want to know what happened when I started digging into her lies and found out she forged more than just a story? And hey, if you've ever had a friend cross the line, drop your story in the comments and hit that like button. It keeps this channel alive. Silent Revenge Lab, where stories like these get the justice they deserve. Ever had that gut punch moment when everything clicks, and not in a good way? Yeah, that was me, standing outside a house I paid for, watching my best friend sip mimosas in it like she owned the damn place. I didn't sleep that night. I kept pacing, replaying her smug smile, that word she used. Narrative. Like my life was some content strategy she could edit for views. By sunrise, my chest felt tight with anger and disbelief, so I did what any rational person does when they're about to lose it. I called someone smarter than me. "Claire, breathe," said Liam Parker, 38, a real estate attorney I'd known from a previous deal. Steady voice, calm tone, the kind of guy who sounds like he's seen every scam under the sun. After I spilled everything, he was silent for a second before saying, "Okay, first, don't confront her again. You need evidence. And second, check if she's touched any of your documents." Touched my documents? Oh, buddy, I wish he hadn't said that. Later that afternoon, I went to my office and pulled up the digital deed files. Everything looked fine, until it didn't. A new folder had popped up in my shared drive, one I never made, labeled Transfer Agreement Final. My hands were shaking as I opened it. It was a property transfer contract, with my digital signature already stamped on it. She'd forged my approval to transfer the villa. To her name, I froze. My stomach dropped like a stone. The signature looked perfect. The kind of fake that could fool anyone who didn't know me. "Holy crap," I whispered, rubbing my temples. She actually did it. Mia had access to my files because she'd convinced me she needed proof of purchase for sponsorship paperwork. I thought she just wanted to brag online, but no, she'd been collecting what she needed to legally erase me from my own house. And the cherry on top? The document date was 2 days ago, right before that big Home Sweet Home post. She'd planned this like a damn movie villain. I printed everything. The forged transfer, the file timestamps, the emails, and met Liam at a diner that night. He read through it quietly, jaw tight. "She's committing fraud, Claire," he said flat out. "Forgery, document tampering, false representation. This is serious." My mouth went dry. "Can I get my house back if she actually files it?" He nodded slowly. "Yes, but it's gonna be messy, and you'll need proof that the signature isn't yours. Start recording everything from now on. Every call, every message. Don't let her smell what you're planning." I nodded, trying to keep my voice steady, but inside, I was boiling. My so-called best friend was trying to steal my house and my peace. That night, I called Mia. My voice was sweet, too sweet. "Hey girl, we should talk paperwork tomorrow. I want to finalize a few things for tax purposes." She chuckled softly, probably thinking she'd already won. "Sure, babe. Come by around noon. I'll have everything ready." Perfect. When I pulled up the next day, her fancy SUV was already parked out front. She opened the door, grinning like I was her personal assistant. "Claire, my partner in success," she said, waving a stack of papers. "Everything's coming together. I even got my lawyer friend to look things over." Oh, the irony. I smiled back, the fakest smile I've ever forced, and set my phone on the counter, recording. "So these are the documents you mentioned?" I asked, pretending to skim. "Yep," she chirped. "Once you initial these, it'll all be official. You'll get your cut after the brand deal hits. Win-win, right? Cut?" I repeated, my tone icy but calm. She blinked, pausing for a beat. "Yeah, like your commission. You did say you didn't need to keep the house, right?" I leaned forward, meeting her eyes. Funny. I don't remember saying that. Her smile faltered for a split second, barely noticeable, but enough. She recovered quick, tossing her hair. "You're overthinking it, babe. This is just paperwork formality. Relax." Inside, I was screaming, but outside, I just nodded, collected her papers, and said, "Cool. I'll have Liam review these." Her face froze. "Liam, the lawyer?" she asked, her voice tightening. "Yeah," I said, grinning. "You remember him, right? The one who loves spotting forged documents." The color drained from her face. As I walked out that door, heart pounding, I knew 2 things for sure. 1, I had her cornered. And 2, this wasn't just a friendship gone bad anymore. This was war. Because if Mia thought she could rewrite my story for clout, she was about to learn that I don't just sell houses. I burn down lies. The second I stepped out of that villa with those forged papers in my bag, my hands were still shaking. Part anger, part adrenaline. Mia had no clue I was already 5 steps ahead. She thought I was just another dumb friend she could gaslight into silence. Cute. I drove straight to Liam's office, didn't even text first. He took one look at me and muttered, "I've seen that face before." What did she do now? I slammed the folder on his desk. She tried to get me to sign these. She even called it a formality. He scanned through, eyebrows knitting tighter every second. "Yeah," he said finally, "these are bad. Like felony-level bad." My stomach twisted, but hearing it out loud almost fueled me. I wasn't crazy. She was trying to steal from me. Liam leaned back, thinking. We need to catch her admitting what she's done. Texts, calls, recordings, anything. You get her to talk, I'll make sure it sticks. Easy, right? Except getting Mia to admit anything felt like trying to pin smoke to a wall. She was slick, manipulative in that soft, "Aw, babe, you're overreacting" kind of way that made people doubt themselves. But she had one weakness, her ego. She loved hearing herself talk, so I played dumb. I texted her later that night. "Hey, I showed the docs to Liam. He said they look fine, but he wants to confirm something about the ownership transfer." "You got a minute?" She replied instantly. Haha, of course he'd overcomplicate it. Tell him it's already handled. Everything's aligned. "You and I are good, babe. Already handled?" I murmured, hitting record on my phone as I called her. "Mia, what do you mean, already handled?" "We didn't file anything." She giggled, that fake influencer laugh I used to love. "Claire, relax. I told you I moved fast. You gave me the go-ahead weeks ago." "No, I didn't." "Oh my God," she sighed dramatically. "You literally sent me the approval email, remember? I used that to process the transfer." "It's done," my jaw clenched. "You mean the one you edited?" Silence, just for a second. Then her voice turned sharp. "Watch what you're accusing me of, Claire. I've got followers. You don't want to start something you can't finish." That was it, the mask slipping. I ended the call, my pulse hammering, and sent the audio file straight to Liam. He called 5 minutes later. "That's gold," he said. "She just admitted to filing false documents. You can't get clearer than that." Over the next few days, I kept the act going. I played the part of the confused friend while Liam started prepping the legal side. Property records, timestamps, and the recording as our ace card. Meanwhile, Mia doubled down online. Her Instagram stories were wild, showing off her home, gushing about finally being a homeowner. She even did a mini house tour, bragging about the spa bathroom and custom marble kitchen. Every view made my blood boil. My face was smiling in old selfies on those walls, and now she was pretending I never existed. Then one night, I got a call from Harper, a mutual friend who worked at a local title agency. Her voice was hushed. "Claire, I don't know if I should even be telling you this, but Mia came in this afternoon. She tried to file a deed transfer under your name. Problem is, the notary on it doesn't exist." My heart stopped. "You're kidding." "I wish I was. I'm sending you the file she used. Be careful, okay? She's playing a dangerous game." When I opened the document Harper sent, my blood ran cold. The fake notary seal looked legit. Mia was faking legal stamps now. This wasn't just bold. It was insane. The next morning, I called Liam again. He didn't even sound surprised. "She's escalating. Good. That means she's getting sloppy. We'll let her hang herself with her own rope." We decided to let her file it, and then hit her with a cease and desist backed by criminal evidence. Liam's idea was brilliant. Catch her in action, not after. So I waited. Watched her Instagram stories like a hawk. She was planning some kind of celebration party for her house purchase. Of course she was. I smiled for the first time in days. "Perfect," I muttered, because that party, that was going to be the night she buried herself. Live, on camera, with all her fake friends watching. And when I say buried, I don't mean literally. I mean legally, publicly, and permanently. She thought she'd built her dream life on my back. But I was about to pull the rug, and the foundation, right out from under her. Mia's celebration party hit social media like a grenade. All pink lights, gold balloons, champagne fountains. The caption? "Finally a homeowner. Hard work pays off, y'all." Hard work? Girl, please. The only thing she worked hard at was stabbing me in the back with a smile. But that's fine. She wanted an audience. because this time she was about to give me proof, in high definition. The night of the party, I dressed like I was going to war. Sleek black suit, hair tied up, calm but deadly. Liam texted, "You sure about this?" "Positive," I replied. "She wants attention. I'll give her a show." I pulled up to the villa around 8:30. The place was packed. Ring lights, music, influencers posing for selfies like they were on Bravo. My house looked like an ad for betrayal. I slipped in through the side gate, phone recording, mic live. Liam was parked down the street, ready to call the police the second we had what we needed. Inside, Mia was glowing under a string of fairy lights, champagne in hand, wearing a white silk dress like she was auditioning for the Real Housewives of Austin. When she saw me, her fake smile twitched for half a second. Then she turned on that sugary charm. "Claire, you came," she said, loud enough for the cameras. "Guys, meet the amazing friend who helped me get this house." Oh, I bet she thought she was untouchable. I smiled back, voice steady. Wouldn't miss it for the world. She hugged me for show, whispering in my ear, "Don't start anything tonight, babe. Let's not ruin my vibe." I whispered back, "Wouldn't dream of it." 10 minutes later, her speech started. Someone handed her a mic. "I just want to thank everyone for believing in me," she said, tearing up fake tears. "This house is my dream come true." The crowd clapped. Phones out. Hashtags flying. Then she said it, the line that sealed her fate. "And a huge thank you to my partner Claire, who helped me make it all possible. She knew I'd get here someday." I stepped forward, heart pounding. "Oh, I did know, Mia. I just didn't know you'd forge your way here." The room went dead silent. Every camera swung toward me. Mia's face froze. "What?" She laughed nervously. "You're so dramatic." Liam's voice came through my Bluetooth earpiece. "Keep her talking, we're rolling." I lifted my phone, showing the document she'd tried to make me sign. "This ring any bells? You faked my signature. You tried to steal my house." The color drained from her face. "That's insane," she snapped, voice cracking. "She's lying. Claire's obsessed with me." "Really?" I cut in. "Because your own recording says otherwise." I tapped my phone. Her voice blasted through the speakers I'd connected to the villa's sound system earlier. "You literally sent me the approval email, remember? I used that to process the transfer. It's done." Gasps, whispers. Every influencer in the room had their phones out, filming the meltdown. Mia's eyes darted around. "You can't do this." "Actually," I said, stepping closer, "I already did. The cops are on their way. And that lawyer friend you bragged about? Not real. Just like your notary seal." Her hands trembled. "You don't understand, Claire, No, you don't understand," I interrupted, my voice ice cold. "I built this house. I paid for it. And you used me like a prop in your fake fairy tale." That's when the sirens hit outside. People started backing away, whispering, filming every second like it was TMZ Live. Mia dropped the mic, tears streaming. Real ones this time. "Please, Claire," she begged under her breath. "Don't ruin me." I stared at her, the same girl I once trusted with everything, and said, quietly, "You did that all by yourself." The cops entered minutes later, talking to Liam outside. He handed them the proof, the recordings, the fake transfer files, the forged notary seal. Everything airtight. They walked up to Mia and asked, "Ma'am, are you Mia Collins?" Her lip quivered. "Yes. You're under investigation for property fraud and forgery. We'll need you to come with us." The crowd went dead quiet again, just the faint sound of her sobbing as they let her out in handcuffs. Someone whispered, "Yo, that was her best friend?" Someone else said, "Nah, that's savage." Yeah, it was savage, but it was justice. When the cops left, I just stood there, surrounded by stunned influencers and champagne glasses half full. The villa was finally mine again, legally, emotionally, completely. I turned off my camera, heart still pounding. But damn. It felt good. Mia wanted followers. Now she had them. Watching her downfall go viral. The video of Mia getting cuffed at her homeowner party blew up faster than a match in gasoline. Within 24 hours, it was everywhere. TikTok, Twitter, Reddit threads. People were stitching it, roasting her, calling her Miss Fraudfluencer. I didn't even post it myself. Someone from the party uploaded it with the caption, "When your dream home belongs to your best friend, exposed chakra karma." Overnight, her followers tanked. Sponsors pulled out. Her PR team ghosted her. And me, I didn't feel sorry. Not even a little. For months, she'd built this fake empire on my back. My money, my credit, my trust. Now watching her Instagram crumble felt like poetic justice. But karma's got a funny way of showing up with company. 2 days after her arrest, I got a call from an unknown number. "Miss Donovan?" a man's voice said. "This is George Collins, Mia's father. We need to talk." Ugh, the last thing I wanted was to deal with her family. I remembered him vaguely. Silver hair, old money attitude, the kind of guy who thinks every problem can be solved with a checkbook. "Mr. Collins, I don't see what we have to talk about," I said flatly. He sighed. "Look, I know my daughter screwed up, but dragging this into the public eye, you've humiliated her. Can we find a private solution? Private solution? Buddy, your daughter forged government documents. This wasn't a late library fee." I kept my tone polite but firm. "With all due respect, sir, your daughter tried to steal my house. I don't negotiate with thieves." There was a long pause before he spoke again. "You'll regret this," he said quietly, then hung up. My stomach turned. That tone, calm, cold, it wasn't just angry. It was dangerous. Liam wasn't surprised. "People like that, they're used to power fixing everything," he said. "Don't let him scare you. We've got the law on our side." Still, I couldn't shake the unease. The guy had money, influence. All it'd take was the right favor, the right connection, and suddenly I'd be the villain instead of her. And sure enough, 3 days later, my inbox exploded. Headlines, blog posts. Fake screenshots. Local realtor fakes friendship to frame influencer for clout. Exposed. Claire Donovan's jealous obsession with Mia Collins. They were flipping the script, making me the con artist. I knew exactly who was behind it. Mia might have been in handcuffs, but her daddy was playing chess. He was paying bloggers, spinning stories, trying to rebuild her image while torching mine. For a moment, I almost cracked. My phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Clients were calling, asking if it was true. My company's PR department freaked out, worried about brand image. I could feel everything I'd worked for slipping through my fingers again. Not from fraud this time, but from lies. Then Liam called. "Don't react. Let them hang themselves," he said. "We'll counter it clean." He had a plan, which of course he did. We sent every document, recording and text to a journalist he trusted, a woman named Renee Brooks, who ran a major Austin news blog known for fact-checking influencers. She spent 2 days digging. Then she dropped the nuke. Proof surfaces that influencer Mia Collins forged property deeds in attempted real estate scam. Audio confirms. She published everything. The forged signatures, the voice recording, the notary fraud, even screenshots of Mia laughing about tricking my friend. That story hit harder than any PR stunt George Collins could buy. Within hours, Mia's name was trending again, but this time, it was Mia the Manipulator. Brands posted statements cutting ties. Her YouTube channel comments turned brutal. And George, he went radio silent. For the first time since this mess started, I could breathe. But peace doesn't last long in stories like mine. That evening, as I was locking up the villa, I noticed something off. My gate latch was unhooked. The security cam near the driveway had been tilted up toward the sky. Not broken, just moved. My chest tightened. I scanned the yard, calling out softly, "Hello?" Nothing. Just crickets. Then I saw it. A single white envelope tucked under my windshield wiper. I tore it open. Inside was a printed photo. Me, taken from outside my kitchen window. The caption underneath said, "You should have stayed quiet. No signature, no number." Just those 5 words. I stood there in the dark, heart pounding, trying to process it. Was it Mia, her dad, someone else she'd dragged into her mess? Didn't matter. Whoever it was, they'd just made one big mistake, thinking I'd back down again. I took a deep breath, walked inside, and opened my phone. "Liam," I said when he picked up, my voice steady this time. "It's not over. They're playing dirty, so now we play smarter." The second I read those words, "You should have stayed quiet," something inside me flipped. The fear, the shaking, the sleepless nights, gone. All that was left was fire. They wanted me scared, so I decided to make them scared instead. I called Liam the next morning, still holding that creepy note. "Okay," he said, calm as always. "This just got real. Whoever did this is trying to rattle you. We can use that." "How?" I asked. "We bait them. Now, I'm not exactly FBI material, but I know how to follow a plan." "And Liam's plan? Genius." We installed motion-activated cameras, not the obvious kind. The discreet ones hidden inside garden lights, porch decor, even a fake rock near the driveway. We also set up an alert system that pinged Liam's phone directly if anything moved around the villa after midnight. I even left a few blinds open near the kitchen, the same spot that photo had been taken from, just to make whoever it was think I hadn't. Noticed, let them come. 2 nights later, the alert went off. It was 2:47 a.m. My phone buzzed with Liam's name flashing. "Movement by your back fence," he said. "Stay put. I'm calling the cops. But I'm stubborn. So yeah, I didn't stay put. I peeked out my window, heart hammering. The motion lights flicked on, and I saw a figure in a dark hoodie crouching by my gate. They were holding something, a small can, spray paint maybe. I grabbed my phone, zoomed in on the camera app, and caught it, clear as day, as they spray painted a single word on my wall. Liar. Then they bolted. By the time the cops arrived, the vandal was gone, but the cameras got everything. The figure, the car they ran to, the license plate. Liam came over in his flannel shirt and serious face, looking like a dad ready to ground somebody for life. "You got them," he said, grinning slightly. We ran the plate through a private investigator contact of his. The name that came back made my blood run cold. Trevor Collins, Mia's older brother. That explained everything. The threats, the smear campaign, the intimidation. Trevor was the enforcer in that family. Mia lied, George paid, Trevor executed. But why now? Mia was already exposed. The court case was building. What more did they want? Liam sighed. "They're trying to scare you into dropping charges. If you pull out, the case falls apart. They'll walk." I looked at the liar painted across my wall and felt something snap. "Then we make sure they don't walk," I said. The next day, Liam filed a police report with the footage, linking Trevor directly to the harassment. But that wasn't enough for me. I wanted the Collins family completely exposed. Every dirty trick, every shady dollar. So I reached out to Renee, the journalist who'd broken Mia's fraud story. "You want part 2? I asked. "Always," she said. I gave her everything. The photo, the threats, the vandalism, even the connection to Trevor. She dug deep, and within days, she called me back sounding stunned. "Claire, you're not going to believe this," she said. "Trevor's been laundering money through Mia's fake brand sponsorships. Your villa wasn't just a clout grab. It was part of a cover-up. Her dad's company funneled funds through her to hide their tax evasion. You were their perfect front. Clean record, good income, zero suspicion." I just sat there, speechless. "So this wasn't about friendship," I whispered. "It was about laundering money?" "Exactly," Renee said. "You were never the target. You were the shield." I hung up, feeling sick. All this time, I thought it was betrayal fueled by ego. But it was bigger. Way bigger. That night, Liam and I met at my villa again. He laid it out bluntly. "We're past personal drama now," he said. "This is criminal-level stuff. We hand everything to the feds." I nodded, my voice low but steady. "Then let's do it. I want every single one of them to pay." He smiled grimly. "You've got more grit than half my clients combined." I exhaled, looking out at the house I'd nearly lost. My home wasn't just bricks anymore. It was evidence, proof, a weapon. And when we handed over that hard drive to the investigators, I felt the shift, like the story was finally turning in my favor. But deep down, I knew one thing. People like the Collins family don't go down quietly. The next morning, my doorbell rang. When I opened it, no one was there. Just a small box on the porch. No return label, no name. Inside, wrapped in tissue paper, was a single gold key. My house key, and a note that said, "Round 2 starts soon." When I saw that gold key sitting in the box, I didn't even flinch. The fear phase was long gone. Now it was war mode. Calm, calculated, and 100% done with their games. I called Liam. "They dropped off a key," I said. He didn't even pause. "They're taunting you. Don't take the bait, let's finish this legally." "Legally?" I laughed bitterly. "They spray-painted my house, forged my signature, sent threats, and now they're mailing me trophies." "Nah, Liam, they want round 2. Let's give it to them." By that evening, we had a plan. We knew Trevor was behind the intimidation, and the feds were already sniffing around the Collins finances thanks to Renee's article. But we needed one last hit, solid proof that George Collins was pulling the strings, so we staged a setup. Liam called Trevor pretending to be a middleman, offering a payout to quietly settle the misunderstanding. Of course, Trevor took the bait instantly. Money talks, and that guy was fluent. They agreed to meet at the same villa, my villa, that weekend. The place where all this madness started. But what Trevor didn't know, the whole property was wired with hidden cameras and audio recorders, courtesy of law enforcement. Saturday rolled around, cloudy sky, that eerie silence before a storm. I stayed inside the house with Liam and a couple of federal agents monitoring the live feed from another room. PM sharp, Trevor pulled up in a black Escalade, phone glued to his ear. He was pacing by the porch, muttering, "Yeah, Dad, I'm here. I'll handle it. She won't talk again." That one line already told us everything we needed. Liam whispered, "Got him." Trevor stepped inside, still on the call. "The money's in place," he said. "Once she signs that NDA, we'll move the assets again. No paper trail." Then, George's voice crackled faintly through the phone speaker. "Good. We can't afford another scandal." And just like that, the final puzzle piece clicked. The feds stormed in so fast Trevor didn't even have time to hang up. They grabbed him mid-sentence, phone still in hand, eyes wide like a deer caught in headlights. "Trevor Collins, you're under arrest for witness intimidation, property vandalism, and conspiracy to obstruct justice," one agent said, snapping the cuffs on, the look on his face. Priceless. It didn't take long after that. Once the call records tied back to George, the dominoes fell hard. Mia's father was charged with fraud, money laundering, and tax evasion. Trevor faced his own set of charges for harassment and tampering with evidence. And Mia? Oh, she tried to crawl back into the picture, crying on social media, posting apology videos from some luxury rehab center her dad paid for before his arrest. "I was manipulated too," she said, all mascara and fake remorse. Yeah, right, but this time no one bought it. Her comment section looked like a digital firing squad. Sponsors gone, followers gone, reputation annihilated. When the court verdict finally came down, I was sitting in the same coffee shop where this nightmare had started months ago. Liam slid a paper across the table. "The final ruling. Full ownership of your property is reinstated. Damages approved. Case closed," he said, smiling for real this time. I stared at the words for a long moment before whispering, "It's finally over." But it wasn't just relief I felt. It was pride. I didn't just survive what they did to me. I won. That villa? Still mine. My career? Untouched. My peace? Rebuilt. And the Collins family? Let's just say their legacy got foreclosed right alongside their lies. A few weeks later, I walked through the villa. No parties, no cameras, no chaos. Just quiet. The sunset hit the marble floors like firelight. For the first time, it didn't feel like a battlefield. It felt like home again. I poured myself a glass of wine, stood by the window and whispered, "You tried to bury me. But you forgot I was the foundation." Then I laughed, a real one this time, because damn, it felt good to win. So, if you've ever been betrayed, gaslit, or underestimated, remember this: you don't need revenge that screams. Sometimes the best revenge is peace. Signed, sealed, and legally recorded. If you enjoyed this story, hit that like button. share it with someone who loves a good twist, and don't forget to subscribe to Silent Revenge Lab. Because here, every betrayal gets what it deserves.